Hello, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural episode of McKesson ideaShare Radio. McKesson ideaShare is really just such a magical time. You know that, Vanessa, where owners get together, pharmacies get together, and they're really able to collaborate, think about ways to elevate the profession, and most of all, ideaShare, which is why I love being here. We just came off the show floor and we're able to walk up Main Street, and it was so exciting to hear and see all of the owners tonight who were highlighted up on stage. I know during some of those Health Mart Pharmacy of the Year nominations awards, I was certainly tearing up. Just such great stories and such great, amazing assets to the community. So I love being here. The energy is really just palpable tonight. It's super exciting. I'm one of your hosts, Suzanne Feeney. I'm one of the vice presidents of pharmacy retail operations. So there's 7 of us across the country. And we help support your pharmacy stores working with the pharmacy sales consultants. So I'm excited to get to talk to all of you this week. And tonight's episode, I have Vanessa here with me, who's another fellow pharmacist.
Hello.
So Vanessa, what are your first initial thoughts on the evening?
Oh my gosh, it's been so exciting. Being here in New Orleans, there's just an amazing vibe with this city, and the conference has done a great job of emulating that. I mean, after the general session, everybody coming through, there was a second line, a jazz band. I mean, how do you not get excited about being here and in the city? And within the city, we have our own city. The show floor this year is Your Town, USA. I mean, we've got a movie theater with marketing, bank with all our financial solutions, gift shop showing Foster and Thrive. We have the post office with McKesson Solutions, the apothecary with patient care, and a hardware store and a community center. There's just so much here. And this just really shows that our pharmacies are an integral part of our community, and we're showcasing that here tonight. I'm just so excited to be here. The general session was just so heartfelt, so amazing. Scott did a great job. Janine did a great job. Crystal did an amazing job. What was your favorite part of it?
Oh my gosh. It's really hard to pick. I think my favorite part is seeing the Health Mart Pharmacy of the Year contestants, getting to know Helen and Eric and hearing their stories, and just how integrated into communities that our pharmacies really are. But as a pharmacist, one of the things that really spoke to me, and I'm sure it did to you as well, was the McKesson Amplify. That's just so exciting to hear. I know I'm actively engaged in my state association, and knowing that McKesson is supporting advocacy through state funding is just an incredible opportunity. I know at McKesson, our public health policy really always centers around the core belief that the patient comes first. And we know that pharmacies are healthcare providers in their communities, that you don't get more local than that, than the independent pharmacy in the community. They know what their communities need and how they're able to thrive. So I just, when Janine said, I kind of wrote this down, but when she said, the sound of a single voice can only be heard so far, but together we have an opportunity to collectively raise our volume in support of the profession across the nation, that really just spoke to me. So I'm excited to tune into the next general session on Tuesday, where we'll hear from more leaders in our profession and owners about pharmacy advocacy. Coming off of McKesson's fly-in just a few weeks ago and hearing the news today, that just brings a whole level of excitement to the profession for how we can succeed in our states.
Absolutely. I went to Legislative Day in March in Oklahoma, and it's just so inspiring. It makes you want to take that next step, and I'm just thrilled with Amplify that they announced this evening, and I can't wait to see what comes of it for all our pharmacists. So
absolutely. That's why we'll have to come back next year, right, and see all the great things.
See everything.
All 50 states.
Yes, that's right.
Awesome. Well, I know lots to be excited about. What was your big takeaway from the opening session?
I might be a little bit biased, but I'm really excited about Marketing Edge. It's a really, really cool solution. It's revamped from Marketing Hub. It's a way for our pharmacies to really market themselves. And some of the things that we have done this year is change how the matching funds are working. Previously, it was $200 a month. Now they get $1,200 every 6 months. To be able to have a larger lump sum in the beginning to use how you want can be really effective for a lot of these pharmacies that may be struggling to figure out how to utilize it in smaller chunks at a time. So that's really exciting. We have some new branding in there, some scrubs, some hats, some drinkware. And another really cool thing is all the digital campaign solutions that we have. So there's going to be a lot of exciting things that customers can check out down at the movie theater to see what all Marketing Edge has to offer. So again, a little bit biased, but I think one stat that really stuck out to me that Crystal said was that 42% of people start their search online. So using these campaigns are really going to help pharmacies to capture those potential pharmacies.
Oh my gosh,
potential
yeah.
patients.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Anytime before I go anywhere, I'm like, let me just Google it. Let's get the feel. Let's get the vibe. So I do agree having that marketing bundle for digital is going to be so important for independents. Yeah.
There's going to be a pharma talk too called Click Magnet.
Oh, okay.
And it's tomorrow, Monday at 10 a.m. So for anybody who's interested in expanding your digital campaigns, definitely check that one out. It's going to be really effective.
I love it. I love it. So check that out. And then you also said check out the movie theater where you can actually see some of the different things you can order on Edge, the branding and the apparel.
Yeah, we have some apparel racks this year, something new that we have that customers can really get their hands on and take a look at things that they want to order before they spend their money on it. So that's really important to us too. One other thing that I listened to that Crystal said was about Find Help.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Tell you more. I love findhelp.org. When I was working in the pharmacies, I wish so much that we would have had a tool like this. What it does is it really allows pharmacies to connect their patients, to connect their customers to resources within their communities. So there's a website that is, I wrote it down, healthmart.findhelp.com. We've partnered with findhelp.org. So we have our own branded HealthMart pharmacy page, which is, I think, one of the really cool things about being a franchisee. You get to be independent, do things your way, but then you get the support of the HealthMart franchise. And this is just another one of those instances. So however pharmacies would determine to use it in their store is up to them. HealthMartFindHelp.com. You could have that on your website and direct patients to that. You could have a kiosk or an iPad in your pharmacy where patients could come in and look for things, or you can help patients navigate through that. And anytime there's a social determinant of health challenge that comes up, whether it's transportation, needing a food pantry, or maybe childcare, any of those day-to-day functions that come up that are hard for patients, you can connect them to resources in their community. Two things that I'll point out. I think one, I live in a small town right outside of Chicago, and I thought I knew all of the resources in my area. I'm pretty well connected. I volunteer. I participate with our public health department. So I pulled it up and I Googled a few things within Find Help, and sure enough, I found so many great resources that I didn't even know about right in my small community of 30,000 people. So it's just a really nice way to help offset some of those social determinants of health. The second thing that I think is, community, somebody said it, community pharmacies are the hub of their community. And I picked that up from one of the independent owners today. And it is so true. It's where you go for all of the different problems that creep up. So being able to solve social determinants of health, or at least point patients in the right direction, really helps them have critical impact on their care. There's actually a statistic from Health and Human Services that says social determinants of health are 50% responsible for health outcomes, where clinical intervention, which is drugs, it's going to see our doctors, that's 20%. So unless we solve those SDOH issues, we're never going to be able to get where we need to with our own health. So really proud that HealthMart offers that and connects our community resources for our independents. So super exciting. And you also mentioned Marketing Edge. There's a ton of material in Marketing Edge about Find Help. So it's a great way to really brand and get that word out that that's a service you can connect patients to in the pharmacies.
And I think you brought up a really great point, Suzanne. You said that you went and explored it yourself. Yeah. So it's not just a resource that you would pass on to your customers to say, here, you can do that. Mm-hmm. But going in and exploring yourself and being able to take that roster of services near you and either connect with them yourself or find ways to categorize those and have them in your back pocket where you don't have to go look them up. It would be a really great tool for our pharmacies to use as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Lots of ways to position it. So talk about this all night. It's definitely an area that I'm passionate about. But I want to give you a chance to share a little bit more about HealthMart Perks because I just think that's another really amazing resource for pharmacies to help grow their profitability and bring in new services and programs.
Yes. I mean, there's so many vendors that are available to us. I mean, you can see all of them here on the show floor. Yeah, there are tons. We have a lot of amazing resources. And one thing that HealthMart really does try to do is find those vendors that can be very impactful for our pharmacies and find deeper discounts for them. Mm-hmm. We're looking at those that can really help you and make a difference and putting them in perks. And they've done a really great job in the last few months of adding some really great vendors and solutions out there. One of the ones that I'm most excited about is full script.
Me too.
I use it myself. I have gotten some supplements from it. And so for our pharmacies to be able to use this program and really cater it to what works for them in their operations, whether they pass on specific savings to their patients or themselves, it's a really cool opportunity. I believe there is a deep dive lab that is happening tomorrow.
There is. I'll be there at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. We've got one at 10 a.m. And then two other ones are DocStation.
Oh, yeah.
I believe they are also here.
I think so.
Go check them out. They do some medical billing. It was also developed by another pharmacist, so a really interesting solution to also support pharmacists that are helping pharmacists, because that's things that you and I like to do. Very passionate about that as pharmacists ourselves, and then also script clip. So I believe it's over in operations that Chinadu is going to be hosting or explaining all of the perks offerings to our attendees. So you definitely need to go check out that booth. Okay, so we've talked about perks, marketing edge, find help, all the amazing things in the general session. We're here for another 2 days. What are some other things that people shouldn't miss?
Okay, so I'd be really remiss if I said don't miss the CEs. It's a great way to get some credit and also learn from other owners, from your peers. I know I was able to attend 2 sessions today. One was on community health workers, which really ties into what we just talked about with Find Help. And another one was all about public health. So some really great continuing education sessions, and those will be available tomorrow morning still. And then also there's some sessions on Tuesday morning as well.
Okay, so they haven't missed out if they didn't attend anything today.
Yeah, exactly. So good stuff. And then I think, download the app if you haven't yet. I know you mentioned the movie theater and the post office. That really directs you to all those resources and those places, and it's where you can vote for Health Mart Finalist of the Year.
Yes, and there's also a scavenger hunt on there. We can't forget about that. There's stickers of fleur-de-lis everywhere that you can scan, you get points, and I believe it's in the running for VIP for Final Night Party.
That's what I've heard.
Don't forget about that. Yeah. Everybody do the scavenger hunt and download the app.
There may be one around the broadcast booth, hint, hint.
Yeah. This is such an exciting night. I know you and I have been talking our heads off, but there's so many fun things happening, so many resources. We've got our pharma talks, we've got our deep dive labs, we've got CE going on. But there's also things happening at the Broadcast Center. Yeah. All day Monday and all day Tuesday. We're going to be talking to our Pharmacy of the Year nominees. We're going to be diving into DSCSA. Whew, said that acronym right. We're going to be talking to financial gurus and getting some practical tips from RX ownership and our Atlas folks. And we're also going to be hearing from owners and pharmacists and technicians just like you out there. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening to McKesson ideaShare Radio, your source for pharmacy innovation and inspiration. Stay informed, stay engaged, and keep sharing your ideas. This is McKesson ideaShare Radio, signing off for now. Until next time, keep up the great work, everybody.